Hello, everybody. Spider here once again. Being joined by Aaron Suarez, man. Aaron, bro. Once again, we're here, man.
Yeah, dude. Hey, always.
We are the Fight Card Podcast, and just to make this official, man, you're actually going to be coming on board,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that, man. I mean, you're going to be, picking up my laundry on Tuesdays. I need you to walk the dog on Thursdays, but it's just part of training, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, nothing.
I'm sure.
Nothing personal, man. I was thinking about that, and I didn't tell you because I wanted your response. But I was thinking, you know what, man, being the new guy, I said, dude, I'm gonna give him some chores. I'm gonna get him to do some of my work. But then I realized you know how to fight, man. So I'll say, you know what, scratch that, bro. Like I'll pick up my own laundry, man.
I'll get it, sir.
I'll pick up your laundry, bro.
Yeah,
how about that?
Yeah, we're gonna change some things.
No, for sure, man. Yeah, bro, but I do appreciate that, man. I mean, thank you for coming on board. And I just want to say, man, this episode, bro, we're actually gonna talk about the UFC card tomorrow night, and I mean, yes, the UFC fight night. I mean, it's going to be going down in Las Vegas. And the main event, bro, right off the bat, I mean, Max Holloway taking on Yair Rodriguez, bro. Yeah. What are your thoughts, man?
Oh, man. The best boxer that we have in MMA with Max Holloway, and then, of course, Yair just being just a technician when it comes to stand-up. So, man, I think we've talked about before where weaponizing pace in a fight. And again, it's going to be just 3 rounds. It's not a 5-rounder. Max can push it, of course, for 15 minutes. Like nothing. I think the thing that's going to be interesting is can he use his boxing well enough to get inside the ear? Because with the air, he's going to be throwing spinning stuff all day. He's going to be he's really unorthodox with his striking. So as they're going back and forth. You have 2 strikers with 2 completely different styles, and they're both tough as nails. So, with that being said, man, I think, I'm probably gonna go with Max.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that would be a smart pick for sure, man. Because I mean, I like the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you're bringing as far as Rodriguez, man. I mean, he is all over the place when it comes to striking. I think. I mean, I'm looking at the reach, and I mean, they're both at. What is it, like 71 inch?
Yeah.
So, if Yair's throwing kicks and Max is landing the strikes, man, I mean, that's going to, I mean, you think the punch is going to beat the kick?
Depending on what Max throwing, but
that's true.
I think Max does throw a lot down the middle, and he's going to, Yair keeps his head on, center. Yeah, he's going to get dinged a lot. It's going to, man, it's going to be a really interesting fight. I think the fans are going to win the most. I mean, the cool thing about it is that it's going to be free.
Right. Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean, you're going to see 2 elite strikers going back and forth. So, I mean, man, that's a fight you definitely have to watch.
No, I mean, for sure, man. I mean, I know, like I said, I'm a fan of both guys. Yair, of course. I mean, he was like doing the pre-fight, walk as far as like video format and all that in the UFC, and he was talking to his parents. And I mean, of course, the guy's from Mexico. I mean, his parents were out there. He was talking about going home and visiting, I guess, after the fight. But I mean, that's one of the things, I guess. I mean, with being born here in San Antonio, man. I mean, we grew up with boxing. So boxing, for me personally, it was always like, I mean, you wanted to be the better boxer. I mean, in Mexico, boxing's still top tier. I mean, just like here in Texas. I mean, Central San Antonio, it's real big with boxing. But it'd be interesting, man. I mean, Holloway, of course. I mean, I see him going down the pipe, like you said. I mean, I see him throwing, going headhunting, man. I mean, working the body. I mean, Yair, if he doesn't have the reach, I don't see him tagging him with a head kick. I mean, especially if he goes in close. But it's going to be interesting, man. I mean, if I had to put my money, of course, I'm going to put it on Max Holloway, man.
Yeah, and I mean, he's been toe-to-toe with just about everybody.
Yeah,
man.
bro.
I mean,
dude. I mean, he fights himself, man. That's how bad he is, dude. So it's just, it's crazy.
With all his unorthodox, training and stuff. So.
No, you see, that's another thing, too, man. Like, he does, like, some obscure stuff, and you're like, damn, does that work, man? Because, he's got a good record, man, so it must be working.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he also gives a lot of confidence to guys. Like, I can train myself. It's like, well, no, you can't. Yeah. Guys, please, make sure you get with the coach.
No, definitely, man. I mean, the fact that he made it that far, I mean, hey, but true, man. I mean, you're self-taught, of course. You need direction. You need strategy. You need, a corner guy. Hey, you can't have you know, who is it? The guys out there, what were they in WFC? You know, cornering other fighters, man. I mean,
yeah,
it's crazy, man. But
you see
I was
that
talking to
part?
David, and I said, man, good thing y'all were there, man, because him and both, coach, man, they both cornered one guy and helped him wrap his hands and all that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, if you're out there, definitely, man, get a team, get something going, and hit us up, man. We'll get an interview going.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna jump up. Let me see. There's a couple of good fights on here, man. I'm gonna jump from the top to the bottom only because Kennedy Nzechukwu. I mean, he's actually out of $47 million, and he's actually opening the bout. Now, his opponent, I was gonna look him up earlier, man, but Daun Jung, he's out of South Korea, 14-2 record. Kennedy, of course, I mean, he's 9-1. Both guys fighting at 205. 83-inch reach from Kennedy compared to 78.5. But that's gonna be good, man. I mean, the Texas guy, of course, I'm gonna pull for the dude. So hopefully he gets a win.
You said he's out of Fortis
MMA up in Dallas.
I mean, yeah, that gym. I mean, you got a whole crew of guys up there, man. I mean, that come out. They're all in the UFC, or a lot of them are in the UFC.
Oh yeah, they're just about, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, they make up pretty much the whole roster, man.
Yeah, he's from Texas, man. So yeah, yeah, man. Hopefully the Texas guy comes through, and then he's from Korea. You said
his opponent, yes, sir,
from Korea. So I mean, he's 14-2. So are there any fixed pride fights in there or no?
No, not that yeah, that's a good one, man. I'm gonna have to call my my assistant and be like, hey, man. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Because I did I looked him up, and it's just I didn't see no names that I recognize. I mean, of course, he's fighting overseas, but I mean, he does have a record. He has experience. I'm not even sure. I'm trying to pick it up right now, but I don't know if this is his first fight in the U.S. So that might be something. I mean, especially if he's fighting, timeline. I mean, of course, daylight savings came up, and I'm still, I don't even know what today is, bro. It's that bad. So imagine going across the country, man. I mean, that's jet lag, bro. I mean, we had talked about that earlier, man. And I'm gonna bring this up real quick. Your old training partner, man. Gilbert Jimenez. I mean, he traveled across the states. He flew. He went down a river in a canoe. I mean, it was crazy, man. But I mean, the guy said he took a train ride from hell, like 5-hour train ride, just to get there in time to weigh in. So I mean, that's got to play a big part on somebody's fatigue, man.
Oh yeah. Wei Li. I mean, that's what she said. She came in a lot sooner than what she did last time to accommodate for all that.
Oh yeah, bro.
Time change and whatnot. And I had another teammate of mine, Jason Palacios, where he fought over in Japan, and yeah, it's like you want to spend a week or two there.
No, just to get that mental clock, ticking right, man. Because, I mean, I'll say this, man. When Bellator came down to San Antonio, it was actually when Jimmy Flick, made his debut, and one of the guys from Hawaii was there, man. I can't remember the young guy's name, but we were talking, and I said, man, he looked kind of off, and I said, man, you tired? And he's like, oh man, right now it's nighttime, in Hawaii. And I was like, oh man, I said, have you been training with our time zone? And he's like, no, man. Like, I mean, it kind of caught him off guard, but I never thought about it myself. But it's got to play a big part, man, because if you're used to going to sleep, myself, I'm in bed by 8:45 every day, man. I'm old. But, even if you're in another country, man, you might think your mental, your built-in clock is going to be like, hey, it's time to go to sleep, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, has that ever happened to you? Like, when you had to fight and you're like, damn, I mean, this time you're home chilling.
I mean, I think that, I mean, for the most part, a lot of my training, I mean, I was doing it in the afternoon anyways, or in the evening, But yeah, there were some times where I would make sure I would try to, like, if I knew I was going to be the main event, I would train a little bit later, so that way, okay, at 11 o'clock, I know I'm going to be fighting, so let me at least get a couple of rounds in of something, whether it was just hitting the bag or doing something. So yeah, I mean, yeah, there's little adjustments that you can make here and there, so.
You see, and that's one of the things. Like, for example, Fury FC, man, they had the fights on Sunday, and I covered the fight that they had here, and it threw me off, man. And I'm not even fighting, bro, but it was just different because Sundays after work I chill out early, go home early, and but I was thinking, man, I wonder if the fighters feel that, man, because if you're not training Sundays. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to throw you off a bit.
And then usually on Sundays too, they throw the card earlier.
Yeah.
Now they're fighting at 3 or 4 o'clock as opposed to that's probably when they would usually get to the venue. So yeah, I mean Fury, stop doing Sundays.
No, for sure, man. And I was gonna say, because one of the things we had talked about before in another episode, man, for yourself, you used to actually get to the events early.
I would get to the events as early as I can just to be around them.
Just to get the feeling and kind of like.
So I can only imagine, what time I'd have to do that if they were to ever call me. For a Sunday fight, it was like, okay, well, we'll be there like at 8:00 in the morning.
You're outside in shorts, water in the lawn.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I gotta put some shoes on.
But was it Tito Ortiz when he was dominating, when they had that whole like house or whatever, that ranch or whatever, they would actually sleep into like noon, and then they would actually do a lot of their training from 8:00 to like 11 or 12. And then they would, sleep in the next day because Tito said, from 8 to 12 is usually when we're going to be fighting anyways because we're in those bigger shows. Yeah. So he would accommodate for that. And he showed all the guys, kind of sleeping in. And he's like, yeah, because, we just got done training and eating by 2 or 3 in the morning.
And I got to ask, bro, because just like recently this past weekend, man, CJ Vergara from here fought. Mm-hmm. And, of course, the guy was in New York. I don't know if he had ever been out there. He was a piece rat, but he was walking around doing the tourist thing. And I was like, man, I wonder if is that a smart thing to do, or just kind of like, hey, enjoy the scenery, or just go and rest and get ready for fight night?
That puts you in a tough spot because I think he still had to cut weight. So I think, hey, 2 birds in one stone. If I'm going to be out, I might as well, go look around. And I think, we tell the guys all the time, hey, man, enjoy the moment. And, that might just be part of it. So I think next time, or as hopefully he gets more fights and he goes to New York more often, he can not have to do that next time.
Right. No, yeah. Man.
So, that's also social media life. You get it. Hey, man, I'm over here now, and I'm posting up,
eating at this restaurant, and doing, But yeah, I'm glad the guy enjoyed it. I would have probably done the same thing, man. Mm-hmm. But it was just, I just thought about that, and I said, man, I wonder if it's takes its toll, man, because you want to be, like you said, cutting weight, getting yourself psyched out and getting ready for a fight, man. But the guy did good. He lost the first 2 rounds, won the third. Mm-hmm. But he definitely showed he belonged there, man. So I'm definitely looking forward to him fighting again, man. Hopefully, 2022.
Yeah, no, definitely did, man. He looked really good, man. He came comfortable and confident. Pulling the trigger maybe just a little bit quicker. But again, I'm gonna leave that to Pete. And
right. No, yeah. I'm sure he's telling the young man what's going on or what to do, man. So props to you guys. I'm glad you guys made it back home safe. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go back up to the card, man. This is going to be for tomorrow's fight night. Ben Rothwell. He's fighting Marcos Rogerio de Lima. Now, on this one, man, Rothwell is like 39-13, bro. This guy's 40 years of age. He's been fighting for years. His opponent's 18-8. They're both up there in age. Ben Rothwell, 40. His opponent's 36. But what are you thinking on this one, bro?
Man, I had always been impressed with Ben. Yeah. Even when he was in the UFC and he was making his run and he was doing his things, so I'm going to go with Ben. I'm going to go with Ben definitely on that one.
Yeah, man. His opponent is from Brazil, but I'm pretty sure he's training here in the States. That would be another one for me if, he's not used to the timeline, or if he didn't get here early enough, man. Maybe his first time in Vegas too, so he's probably out there doing the whole, tourist thing too, man. But yeah, dude. I went out there twice, dude, so I got to go back for sure. But yeah, I got Ben on this one also, man. I'm gonna skip back down. I'm gonna cover 2 more fights. I want to get your thoughts on. Let me see. I've got one of the female fights, man. It's actually Felicia Spencer. She's fighting Leah Letson. Now, Spencer's coming in with an 8-3 record compared to Letson 5-2. 30 years of age compared to 29, 145 pounds. What are you thinking?
Who won their last fight?
On this one, it's not showing me who's past record. I'm on the wrong page, but
all right. Man, let me give it to was it Letz?
Leah Letson?
Yeah.
And they're both from Letson from the U.S. Spencer's coming out of way of Canada.
Okay. But give me USA.
Yeah. I was gonna say, man. No, but for sure, man. They're both still young in the sport, man. I know as far as 30 years of age, I'm twice their age, bro. I'm up there. But as far as their fight career, they still got a few more years to capitalize on it, man.
Oh yeah, and I think that's the one thing about fighting is, you get to that 27, 28 years old, and then to roughly probably about what 32, 33.
Yeah.
Like you have a pretty good window. So as long as they take care of themselves and their nutrition and all that stuff, so I think they'll both be fine, and hopefully they'll have a long career.
No, I mean, no doubt, man. I mean, best of luck to everybody tomorrow. The last one I wanted to ask you about, man, is going to be Cynthia Calvillo. She's fighting Andrea Lee. Andrea Lee, I'm sorry.
Is that the KGB?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
And she's actually from here in Texas.
Yes.
Somebody was telling me. I had no idea because I know she trains and fights out of the state.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, Calvillo, I mean, they're both from the U.S., 9-3. Cynthia, of course, coming in. Andrea Lee, she's coming in with a 12-5 record, more experience.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as far as the reach, you know, I think 69.5 inch reach that, you know, as far as Andrea Lee compared to 64.
Yeah.
So, I mean, being a striker, I've got money all over that, man, because, you know, I think she'd be able to take her apart. And I mean, if Calvillo, on my end, I mean, if she can't close the distance and, you know, take her down or get some, you know, something going as far as strikes, man, I mean, I see Andrea Lee taking her apart, man.
Oh yeah, and then she had some personal stuff kind of going on too. So you know, she's probably in a better headspace now, and I think getting back on track. So yeah, man, definitely rooting for her, and hopefully she's winning her match.
No, for sure, man. I mean, that concludes I mean, there's of course, you know, the fight card is stacked. There's a couple of better fighters out there we're going to be checking out tomorrow. This is for the UFC Fight Night, of course, going on tomorrow night in Las Vegas. Now, I'm waiting to jump over, man. Different promotion. This is going to be for Sunday. We were just talking about this, man. Fury UFC 53, going down in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
Altitude. The first thing I'm thinking, man.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of these Texas boys aren't used to it, man.
No.
You know, that's interesting. I mean, of course, we were talking about Chris Curtis. He was supposed to be fighting for the title. On this fight, got picked up by the UFC, jumped over, got a win. So, you know, smart move on his end. But now we've got the FFC Lightweight Championship title. This is for the 155. JJ Okanovich taking on Trey Ogden. Now, both these guys, I looked them up, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen these guys fight. I was watching some quick video footage, but as far as JJ coming in 8-2 compared to Trey with a 14-4 record. One's out of Missouri, the other one just says U.S. West. I think Okanovich is out of Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I saw that earlier. But I think
you're probably going to get a lot more guys out in that little area because they're fighting up in Denver. But you know, with Fury, it seems like, you know, no matter what, from the prelims to the actual main card, you have a lot of the talent on that roster.
Oh yeah, you know, I mean picking up good gyms.
They're always picking up guys going into the UFC, and the matchmakers are doing a really good job of pitting some of the better fighters against the other better fighters. So that way,
man, getting them right before they go into the promotion, pretty much, man. Because like you said, a lot of these guys are tough as nails. That's going to be for the main event, and we've got the co-main. It's going to be Mo Miller, out of Ohio, bantamweight fighter, 135. He's fighting Jose Johnson. Now, Jose Johnson, we're talking about out of Corpus Cove. I mean, you know, the guys out there, Strike Kings, LLC, man, they're doing great things. I mean, they've got 2 fighters on this card, I believe. But Jose, man, I mean, he's doing great, dude. This guy, if he wins, I see him going straight to the UFC, bro. And not to mention, man, this is actually on the Dana White's looking for a fight. Yeah. So this is going to be, he's actually going to be looking for fighters for the promotion. So I'm pretty sure the pressure, man. What are you thinking, man?
I think especially having the card that they just had, and then knowing that, oh man, I could be a part of something like that. You know, later on, and then Dana White's in the, you know, he's going to be probably sitting down front.
Oh yeah, you know it, man.
You know, and that's going to put a lot of pressure, man. And you're going to see the guys that can handle that pressure. You're going to see guys that are going to fold. I mean, Dana said it before, where he's gone to something like this before, and he was looking at one particular guy already, so he probably
noticed somebody else, man.
You know, he probably already has who he's looking at, but then that other guy happened to beat him, you know, that night, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'm going to give you a contract."
So, no, you see, and that's it. You know, I was going to bring up another fight from the UFC, man. Thiago Moises, he actually fought Jamal Emmers for I want to say the LFA. And that's kind of pretty much what happened, man. I mean, Dana White was looking at Thiago. Emmers took him. You know, he ended up losing that fight. But you know, Dana White was like, man, I'm looking at this Emmers kid because I mean, Jamal went out there and, you know, threw everything at him, man. And Thiago, he wasn't impressed with him at that time. I mean, he's in the UFC now, but It's interesting you said that, man, because it does happen.
Yeah, I mean, you never know who's looking. So go out there. I mean, like I said, he's probably looking at maybe 1 or 2 fighters or the whole roster. Who knows? But guys on the early prelims to the main card. I mean, what do you have to lose?
Yeah, no, yeah. And let me ask you this, bro, because one of the bouts that I'm looking at, it's actually another guy from Copper's Cove, Jonathan Bati. I mean, he's actually on the card. He's actually fought for the Dana White Contender Series, man.
Yeah.
Now, with something like that, like you said, his opponent, obviously, if he gets to win, he gets to win over a contender. So that's looks good.
Yeah, I mean, no, definitely, man, and that's gonna elevate him, even if it doesn't get him a spot, with the UFC, but that's also gonna raise his stock in the Fury, promotion.
No,
that's
for sure, man.
So, and I know he was Bati. He ended up making a little video on our YouTube.
Oh yeah, dude.
So yeah, man, go check him out, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that, man. And just because of that, I'm gonna pull for the guy, man. No, but I mean, he's a good guy. I've actually interviewed him before for other fights, but good guy, man. Tough camp. I mean, definitely best of luck that night. And I hope he gets it, man. I hope he gets picked up by the UFC. He's actually good friends with Jeff Neal, man. So, I mean, he's around good people and, of course, his team.
Oh, yeah.
Now
he's probably training out of Dallas, too, in that area. Maybe, maybe trek up there to Killeen. So, that's good, man.
Yeah, bro. And I'm going to jump down some, but one of the female fights is going to be for 145 pounds. We have Courtney King. She's fighting Roberta Samad out of Brazil. Samad's 5-2 record compared to a 4-2 record from Courtney King. I looked them both up, and I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there was a regional. I mean, as far as fighters, I mean, I don't know a lot about them. Being that Courtney King is from here in the U.S., not because she's an American, I'm gonna pull for her, but because she's local. I'm thinking if same thing. If Roberta Samad is, I mean, if she did come down straight from Brazil, man, I mean, that's always gonna be tough on the timeline. But
because I mean, even with as big a promotion as Fury is, I mean, as a fighter, you're probably paying for that travel to come up here.
Yeah.
So,
man.
Hey, if they're gonna take the time, hey, you know what, we'll bring you out maybe 2 days before. If she wanted to, you can come out earlier, but it's gonna be on your
right. I mean, they gotta pay their own way.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see. I'm looking at her stats, bro. I mean, she's 33 years of age. This is for her nickname's the Crusher or Crusher. And I mean, she is from Brazil, man. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if she didn't get the right sleep, the right, not so much training, but I mean, as far as like her getting used to the timeline, man, especially the altitude, man, I'm gonna bring that up again because have you ever fought somewhere with a high altitude?
I haven't. I've been to New Mexico, visiting some family up there. And I did go for a run, and it does feel different.
And I mean, I've never been in that situation as far as training, man. But they say your lungs feel heavier. I mean, the air's a lot heavier, so of course, you're gonna.
No, I'm thinking about it too. We went up there for Colorado. We went to a hike, and we went towards was it Fort Stockton, I believe, kind of going towards Wyoming, and. Yeah, I mean, we're camping there for a whole week, and you do feel the difference, being up in those mountains.
Damn.
Even just walking or hiking. So yeah, I mean, it's a big thing. On the last episode that we just finished up with, Palomino. No. It was the other guy, not Lombard.
Hector Lombard?
Yeah, not him, but the guy he's fighting.
Oh, Hunt.
He's actually training at a high altitude right now.
Yeah, dude. You see, and his last fight, well, I mean, Hunt is a freaking animal, dude. I mean, he looked good. I mean, obviously his cardio is not a factor, man. So I mean, it's working.
Because he talked about that, extensively. Like, I went to high altitude. I'm gonna push the pace. I'm gonna, get right on it. So I mean, he's trying to chase those challenges. So
no doubt, man. And the thing about it too, man, for me, ever since this whole COVID mess happened, dude, and I started wearing that mask, dude. I mean, I was thinking that my cardio's not good after I stopped wearing it, dude. I'm gonna file a lawsuit, man, because what was that one training mask, right? That they came up with, and it was to kind of like CO2, give you the same, high altitude experience, man. But I mean, just that little piece of cloth, man. I can't imagine, dude, if you're training out there in that altitude, man. That stuff will kill you, dude. I wouldn't be able to make it, man. That's for sure.
Do you remember when Vanderlei Silva, when he would do the snorkel?
Oh,
yeah. I mean, to kind of,
simulate
that. So that was before the.
No, you see, and that's crazy, man. But I mean, I mean, the guy was on freaking rampage. I mean, of course, during that time, so it was obviously working for him, man.
No,
but I haven't heard from Vandalay. I know the guy, they were stating for him to fight in the BKFC, and I don't know if they just said that just to kind of like, you know, raise eyebrows, but it didn't happen.
Man, I hope he doesn't, man.
No, you know, it's. I mean, the guy's making money doing appearances and seminars, man. Hey, enjoy life, bro.
Yeah, enjoy life, man. Don't take any more beating.
No, for sure. And just to bring that up, man, I had tried bringing him here for a seminar years back, man. Actually, I used to talk to his manager, who was a lawyer out there in Vegas. And that'd be one guy that I still wouldn't mind bringing down, dude, to do a seminar. And, you know, I still got that axe. I don't know if I told you, man. I went to go cover the UFC fight conference in Austin. It was actually the day that Vanderlei and Sonnen got in that little confrontation in the taxi or wherever they were going.
Oh, yeah.
But they made an appearance at Academy Sports, and I went out there, man. I got him to sign the next handle, man. No. And I gotta dig that out, dude, because it's somewhere. But when he saw it, he kind of like, oh, you know, I didn't take the whole handle because I was like, dude, the security's gonna jump on me, man. But I took the handle and I had him sign it, man. He put on there axe murder, you know, Vanderlei Silva. So I was like, hell yeah, dude, that's one of my keepers, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, definitely, man. Yeah, definitely got to bring it by the studio.
No, man, I'm looking for it, bro. Believe me. But yeah, man. I mean, that's going to be our conclusion, man. Of course, that's for the UFC Fight Night going down tomorrow. We're going to see how we do as far as our picks. You know, if you're out there listening, drop some comments, man. Subscribe. Tell us who you think's going to win. And let me see. That's about it, bro. I mean, as far as what else did you have coming up, man? What did you want to talk about, bro?
Man, so we just had an amazing card with this past UFC this past weekend, and then of course now we have all these regional shows going on. We have a lot of things just happening. This little ending segment for myself, man, it was actually kind of inspired by one of my guys that I used to train with, and now he's from the first time I met him to where he's at now. Man, just an amazing, just a 180 from how he used to be. Because now I know I talked about picking out the right gym, but now we're at the gym. You're at the gym that you want to be at. Think about the person that you are right now before signing up, and then now think about yourself years later. As long as you continue to show up, you're training, you're learning, you're being coachable, you're doing all these different things, you're soaking in all that knowledge. Man, the discipline that's going to come with training, the good and bad. You're going to have your good days, you're going to have your bad days, but just being able to really just kind of take all this whole journey in. The guy that I'm talking about, when I first met him, man, shy, kind of introverted, didn't really talk to anybody, this and that. And, just for years, man, as I known him, kind of not insecure, but kind of like, hey, man, should I do this? Should I do that? And, what do you think, man? And as he got better and he had more confidence through jiu-jitsu tournaments and MMA fights and everything like that, I talked to him this morning, and man, the sentence that he was able to send me was like, hey, man, I tapped out a brown belt, in a tournament. So I was like, man, that's just amazing, man. Yeah. And so, and I was like, man, I kind of laughed about it. And I said, would you even thought that, years ago you would be tapping out a brown belt? He's like, man, that thing kind of just seemed impossible. I never thought about it being attainable. Right. No, for sure, man. I'm just trying to get out of mount one time. Yeah, no and kidding, so with the guys, man, I mean, when you guys are now joining that gym, because you were inspired by probably that Chandler and Gagey fight, and you're thinking it's going to be that, it's that's just the end product. But everything else before that, man, is just a big old journey, and you're going to end up changing yourself. You're going to end up creating bonds that aren't going to go away. And man, I mean, now this guy's he's doing tournaments, and he was actually in Vegas doing, I believe, the Pan Ams or something like that, or I don't know what's going on.
Oh, the Worlds.
Yeah,
so, bro.
That's just great to hear. So for the guys that are just joining gyms, and I see them all the time on Instagram and Facebook, stay with it. Stay with it, train, learn, get better, and just continue showing up.
No, for sure, man. I mean, that's well spoken, man. Because one of the things you don't want to aim high too quick. I mean, you don't want to sign up a week and then challenge try to get on BKFC or something, man. But yeah, man. I mean, I definitely agree, man. And I mean, that was great, man. I mean, I actually everybody out there, man, listening. Of course, if you have any thoughts, any comments, or any questions, of course, put them on the comment. and we'll get Aaron to answer him, man, because I'll be back here. But anything else, man? You want to wrap this up?
No, man. I'm just liking the way MMA is going for our little area in San Antonio, and I just hope it continues growing, man.
No, for sure, man. I mean, the end of the year is near, so I mean, the fact that you're jumping on board, man. Once again, thank you for doing that, man, because you're gonna add a lot more to it, man. I mean, a lot more things. You were actually there in places that I wasn't. I got to see a lot of the behind the stage, but I mean, you were there in the locker rooms, and you were there, taking banners. But anyway, that's a different story, man. Well, that's for another episode, bro.
Episode number 2.
But yeah, man. But everybody out there, man, we are the Fight Card Podcast. I mean, once again, we are out of San Antonio, Texas. We're covering everything, man. As far as the promotions that we mentioned, just about all of them have came through here. I mean, they've been through San Antonio. I mean, we've had Combate Global. Hopefully, the next year, Fury FC, of course, they're local to Texas, but I mean, they've been here before. And Legacy Fighting Alliance, of course, hopefully they'll make another run. But the more you guys subscribe, the more you guys follow up, man. I mean, we're gonna be making a lot of changes. I mean, myself, I'm messaging people left and right, promoters, matchmakers. I mean, everybody. So join our page, the Fight Card Podcast page, the group page. Go to our YouTube channel. If you have any questions, like I said, put them on there, and we're gonna answer them. So till next time, man. This is Spider, Aaron Suarez, and until next time, follow up.